You know what's one thing that gets at me, guys, is that here in the Texas weather, we literally had a 2 week summer, or not a summer, a 2 week winter, and here it is again, 71 degrees right now. I just took that screenshot, and it is 71 degrees. Let me get out of the sun before I start frying my face off. But here you can tell, see all of this it's already kind of starting to push through as far as coming back. But when you look down here, it's pretty it's pretty dormant still, and it's it's heating back up. And I kind of missed my window of pre-emergent. I should have done it about Thursday. Today is Sunday, the big game day. Hope you guys enjoy it. Be safe out there. Always call for a ride. Don't it's never worth it. So enjoy the game. Be safe. And here I am in the lawn today because, like I just mentioned, I just missed my window. I should have done it about Thursday. Thursday was about maybe about 52 degrees ish for the soil temp to be at 55 degrees, like I mentioned, for the pre-emergent. And right now it's hitting about 60 degrees right now, according to my app, and which is fine. I'll probably this is supposedly the fall spring here in Texas, and it will hopefully jump down again. But the 10-day outlook didn't look so good, so here we are. We are technically officially starting the 2026 season. Here is year two. Let's get it going. It's going to be great. Lots of tips, lots of tricks. Like I mentioned before, we're gonna do a full season still. We're starting. I'm gonna do a light scalp today. I'm gonna get it kind of light. We're gonna lay our pre-emergent. I'm gonna drop the high to cut a little bit, so it should be hopefully easier for me when the grass is hitting about 55%, 50-ish percent of coming back to life. And yeah, that should be step one. Then when it's time, then we will fertilize. Got some fertilizer with my backpack sprayer. That's going to be nice. And then from there, we're just kind of running it until the season of core aerate. We're going to core aerate. We're going to level with sand, masonry sand this year. I'm not going to do the I don't think I'm going to do the what's it called, the topsoil. Here, let me turn this way. Actually, the wind is hitting pretty good at me this way. Do it with that, and then we're just fertilizing, watering, and mowing throughout the summer. So here we are, guys. We are going into season number 2 of 2026. So what I'm going to be doing today, guys, is I'm going to, like I mentioned before, I'm gonna drop the height of cut on the mower to about 3/4 inch. I'm gonna just kind of dwindle it down because, like I mentioned last week in my last video, I wanted to mow it this week possibly. So here I am, and with these temps, I think we're gonna maybe start kicking it off, and then I'll break out my budget irrigation system again, all that kind of good stuff. Because even here, you saw all this right here. Let me go to the back and I'll show you even how the back is looking too. And I even got, because even here, can you guys see it? It's getting pretty green in my opinion. Almost. That's why I'm saying, man, we're almost about to start kicking this season off. Oh, hi Binks. She's Binks. Hi Binks. There she is. Hi Binks. And yeah, back here, it's still it's still pretty brown. Like I mentioned before, these green patches, that's not grass. That's that's weeds. So, but you can tell over here, you can see the green popping up a little bit. So I need to start prepping. Today is a good day for it. We got beautiful weather, and let's get it going, honestly. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. Scalp, little pre scalp, and lay the pre emergent. You want to do it when your soil temp hits 55 degrees. We're just a tad bit over. I just missed my semi window, but that's what I mean. This should hopefully be a fall spring, and maybe in a month or so again I can lay it again if the temperature drops. But who knows? How's back over here look? Yeah, over here. Yeah, that's all weed still. So I definitely need to mow it, guys. So let's go ahead and get that going, and I'll meet you guys in the garage. All right, first thing we need to do is check the height of cut. Looks like it's just under an inch right there. About the same there. Maybe about like 15/16. And that's pretty much about the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this up, which it already is. It's one bad thing that I think about this setup is that like every time I have to mow, I really got to make sure that these are tightened. All right, now I just have the top of the bolt here that's how I line it up, so that way I know. Let's go ahead and see where we're at. Okay, looks like we got to do it a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's right on the money on that one. That's exactly 3/4 inch. Boom, same thing with that one. Wow. Woo, man. This thing is exactly 3/4 inch. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. Now, like I mentioned before, just got to make sure that it's tightened. Now, if I was running this as like a greens mower and it was at the lowest setting with this heavy roller, then I probably would maybe throw some Loctite on it just to make sure that it doesn't move and it stays that way. But as my overall mower, that's what I mean. You got to make sure that every time you use it, that it's tightened, because it will move on you. But we got it all figured out. 3/4 inch, like I mean before. We're going to give it just a little scalp. You guys do what you want. This is what I'm going to do. And then when I notice that it is really greening up with 50% green up, then I will take it to the lowest setting, which I can't remember when I made my last video for this, but I think it's like less than 1/4 inch. So really low, and it'll scalp this thing. So that's kind of why I'm getting a little head start. Get me a little, easy kind of mow, and then when it scalps, it shouldn't be so bad. So let's go ahead and get this mowed. Now it's time for our pre-emergent. So I'm still using the same bag. I still got half the bag easily. And I had to go look it up actually right now because I don't know where the paper went to tell me the thing. So I had to go look it up online. And it said roughly in the coastal south where I'm at, it said to use about 4 pounds per 1,000. So just a little bit over 2,200 square foot. Let's just go ahead and put it to 8 pounds. Or I mean, I'm sorry, 8 pounds, but I'm going to put it at 10 pounds total just to make sure I get everything nice and even. Let's go ahead and get it weighed out. So we need 10 pounds. pounds of product here. I think I'm going to keep it where the setting is. It's on 5. I'll update you if I change it all, but I'm going to spread it at 5. Let's see what that gets us. Now we're going to water this in. We're all nicely, freshly scalped. So let's go ahead and get this spread, and I'll see you guys in the lawn. Dang it, I just had enough. I just needed to get this middle piece right here. So let me go top it off real quick. All right, we're on our last step. Just water it in. That's what you got to do. Now, I want to say hopefully that this is the false spring, because it's already way too early to get back into the lawn. I barely been out of it for not even a month. That's what I mean, man. There's no real winter out here. And to be laying pre-emergent down, and I'm if I need to do it again, that's fine, because I would much rather be safe than sorry. Because in my opinion, you can lay down as much product as you want. I mean, according to one guy, he he like fertilizes and lays liquid iron and everything twice a day, twice a day. When it says to once a week, and I feel like he does it a lot. So honestly, in my opinion, what's it gonna hurt? I don't think it'll hurt anything. So lay down your products, guys. If you're already hitting those temps, just be safe. I would much rather be right now getting it watered in, and I know I'm a little late. You want to try and hit that ideal number of 55 degrees, but this week it was it hit 50. It was 52 at about Thursday, and for me to do this, there's just no way with how much light there is, and there's just no way. So, and then even yesterday it was hosting a party. Happy birthday to my mom. It was her birthday, so we hosted a party and cleaned the house and getting everything ready, and so today was my only day to really do it on this big game Sunday, so which should be in about a couple hours. And even right now, my wrist says 75 degrees, hitting already temperatures in middle February pretty much. So, and this wind kicks up all of a sudden out of nowhere. It's like, come on, man. So, but yeah, definitely, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. How y'all been? I know I haven't really been out here in a minute, but seems like now we're gonna be getting back into the lawn here. So laying my pre-emergent down, watering in. Also did a kind of little pre-scalp, like I mentioned earlier. We will eventually scalp coming up here in probably about a month. When we really notice that the temperatures are right and it's pretty good active growing season. But you know, that's what I mean. As a false spring, I'd say, you know, I take no chances, guys. You know, and you guys shouldn't either. You know, if you have the product laid down, well, you know, what's gonna hurt? It's only just gonna benefit you, in my opinion. So that's where I'm at right now, guys. I'm gonna water this in. And it's kind of weird too, you know. That's what I mean about this side of the house. I didn't show it on camera and water it, but when I water this side, it's the algae and moss. I think I'm gonna get hardcore into some fungicides, all that kind of stuff. Amoxicillin, I think he uses propaconazole, however you say that word, and really try and knock out this area and really, I know I mentioned at the beginning of this year that I was going to get into this, but I think I'm really going to, because it smells like a lake over there. It just smells like stagnant water, you know, and it just stinks over there, especially watering it in right now, and it's been pretty dry. So all of that is just kicking up right now, you know, and it's just like, eh. So I think I'm going to try it out on this side and see how it goes and see what happens. But in the meantime, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to continue watering this in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your time in the lawn. That's why we're out here. Have a good time in the lawn. Enjoy it. And yeah, that's really all I got. I don't really have an update as far as what I'm going to be going on as far as the rest of this week. I just mowed. You know, it's not really actively growing right now, so I don't really need to get into fertilizer and all that kind of stuff right now. So I think as of right now, this is a good first step right now. Just to kind of, you know, we're kind of just testing the water in a way, you know, dipping our big toe in and seeing what happens with the weather. You know, the 10-day outlook, like I showed earlier, shows that. And, you know, we're getting back into mid 70s, which sucks. I wish it would go at least until mid 70s and the beginning of March time. I know I got to remulch the front yard, all that kind of good stuff. You know, lay fresh mulch out there and do all that. And you know, I'm kind of hoping about mid March, early May, maybe even at the latest for all of that. So in the meantime, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
They're basic lawns where the green grass grows, East Texas skies and a gentle breeze blows.